My name is Anthony Faiola, and I am the Bureau Chief for the Caribbean and South America for the Washington Post. I worked for the Miami Herald for about 4 years before being picked up by the Washington Post, and I spent my career there of 24 years mostly overseas for the paper. I was based in Buenos Aires, I was based in Tokyo, I was a Bureau Chief in New York, London, Berlin, and now have come back home to roost in Miami. When I got to FIU was make sure that getting an internship at the Herald was going to happen. And I pestered and pestered and pestered until finally they took me on. They were paying me, I don't even remember what it was, like $5 an hour. It was crazy. And there was a limit of 20 hours a week that I could work for them, but I ended up working 40 or 50 at times. I was just in Caracas for 2 weeks, and it had been the first time since 1999 when I was there to interview Hugo Chavez, since I had been back in Venezuela. And the noticeable difference in Caracas was impressive. I mean, in the sense that the poverty is much worse, the insecurity is much worse. I think we're going to look back at this moment in history and what's happening in Venezuela and see it as pivotal for, the future of the region, in the sense that, we're not exactly sure what's going to happen there. Will we see a massive crisis, a massive exodus of refugees from Venezuela? We've seen a trickle for years, but, will it turn into something akin to what we saw in Syria? For instance, will we start seeing, rather than thousands, will we start seeing a couple of million Venezuelans leave the country? These are the things that I think we're all watching and waiting for, while at the same time doing our best to make sense of the disaster that is modern Venezuela.